Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Hello and welcome to my Rotary Show, doing good and having fun. I'm your host, past District Governor Jamie Mick, and I'm here to walk you through a couple of the happenings within our district and outside of our district. Just this past Saturday, we had our district conference. Our district assembly. And assembly is where we get together with the incoming leadership of each club and kind of talk about how to prepare for that July 1st, oh my goodness, it's my turn to be club president or membership director. And we had a great time this Saturday down at the St. Petersburg College in Clearwater on Drew Street. And we were honored to have Brian King from Rotary International with us, the membership director for Rotary International, all of Rotary International worldwide. What a phenomenal leader we have in Brian, and we were so blessed to have him with us, not only on Saturday, but the leadership of the district had dinner with him on Friday night, and absolutely, we are very honored to have had him here and host him here in the Florida area. Now, one of the big talks this weekend was the 2017 International Conference that is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, which is in our zone, just about 8.5 hours from where I sit right now. We've been able to make arrangements that our district conference in June of 2017 will be in conjunction with that international conference. So that means for you folks is that in June, on the 9th and 10th of June, we're going to have our district conference down at the Marriott at the airport on Thursday and Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to all travel to Atlanta. And right now we have commitments for over 500 Rotarians from the district to join us along with their spouses and family members. So some of us will be traveling by American Airlines, some will travel by bus, and others will travel by personal vehicle, by car. And more than likely we'll be carpooling with other Rotarians. And then the international conference will kick off with the display of all the flags from every country in which Rotary has a club. It is a phenomenal experience, and I encourage you to make preparations to attend that. One of the things that Rotary International has made arrangements for is because $26.50 is what started the Rotary Foundation 100 years ago, June 2017, they're actually allowing the first registrations between May 27th and June 9th to be $265. That's equivalent to about a $140 break, which I checked Spirit Airlines today. It's actually equal to a plane ticket, round-trip plane ticket to Atlanta, Georgia for the conference. So if you register May 27th to June 9th with your $265, you're going to be able to get a very good price on the convention, as well as book your flight for the cost that it would cost anyone else after June 9th to attend the convention. So it is very important that on May 27th that you are online that weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend, so 3-day weekend to get this done, and make your registration. Go ahead and process that so it's done. It's very important for you to do that because it saves you a tremendous amount of money. Now, our district conference will consist of the normal things. We'll be celebrating that year's accomplishments. We'll be having the awards banquet more than likely on Thursday evening. So for those of you not attending the Atlanta conference, which I hope it's a very small percentage, you'll be able to stay right here in the Tampa Bay area. What I wanted to show you next is actually a video by Kim Waters, who is Mike Chapman's classmate and the incoming incoming district governor for the actual district in which this conference is going to be held. So James, if we could roll that video.
Hi. As your club's president throughout the coming year, you are going to hear about how important it is to get your club's membership to the 2017 International Convention in Atlanta. Why is that important? Let me share with you my view as to why it's important. I joined Rotary June 30, 2009 when my club was chartered as a brand new club. I've served as president my second year in Rotary, 2010-11, and we attended the New Orleans International Convention. When I walked into that room of over 10,000 Rotarians and heard Bill Gates speak about how we are this close to ending polio, a passion was sparked within me that I couldn't wait to get back home and share with my club and my district. In fact, on the way home, I looked over at my husband, who is a past district governor, by the way, David, and I told him, I'm going to serve as district governor. And of course, he looked at me like I was crazy. Further, I told him it would be the year 2016-17 when Atlanta welcomed the world to celebrate the Foundation's centennial. So not only will we all gather right here in our backyard, we will be celebrating the 100-year anniversary of the Rotary Foundation and hopefully at the same time celebrating the end of polio. So I encourage you to get your club's membership there. We have the opportunity to spark a passion within our district like never before. As a pre-party and to gather up our team in getting ready for this exciting year, we will gather in Chattanooga, Tennessee for our district conference, October 7th through 9th. October the 6th, our leadership team, including all of you presidents, will get the opportunity to have a wonderful dinner cruise on the Tennessee River. So I hope you'll plan on getting there October 6th for that, and then bring your clubs to celebrate October 7th through 9th. We'll kick off the celebration of the Foundation Centennial and a great year to come. Thank you for serving your club. Thank you for the sacrifices you're making to serve our district. It will be the best year ever. Thank you.
Much like what Kim Waters described for her district, we also will be hosting special events. Now, we've made arrangements for 100 hotel rooms to be within walking distance of the actual convention center. So you won't need to get into an actual bus or get on mass transit in order to actually participate in the conference. In addition to that, we'll have our presidential rep will be joining us for a cocktail party on Saturday evening, which will formally conclude our district conference, as the international conference will then begin on Sunday. It's important, once again, that as we release the information to you for this actual international convention, that you are at the ready to make your reservations and get your itinerary in order so that you're able to take full advantage of this. Now, it's not often that we have an international convention in our actual zone. And so it is very important that you get this opportunity to participate, because trust me, it's not like anything else you've ever seen in Rotary in the district. It's a whole different feel where you're going to be able to see actual Rotarians from other countries, most of which are dressed in their traditional garb at one time or another. You're going to be able to have an unbelievable house of friendship where the resources, the jewelry, and other items that a Rotary emblem is on are going to be at your fingertips and able to purchase, as well as those community partners that are international community partners that we work with across the globe to actually make a difference in communities all over the world. It is an opportunity not to be missed. So I encourage you to participate. Make sure you make your initial registration on May 27th when that opens. Someone asked me, well, why can't they open it now? We can't open the next International Convention registration until this year's International Convention actually begins, which is on May 27th in Seoul, Korea. So stay tuned for more information. I'm sure that our trusty District Secretary, Ms. Brenda Wendt, will be emailing all of you with additional details. And make sure you pay attention to those emails so that you're able to take advantage and get the discounts that are available for early registration. The other thing that I want to tell you about with our district conference is we're going to have the opportunity to have a gentleman join us who is named Sauce Boss. And what he is he actually is from Jacksonville, Florida, and he plays traditional Florida bluegrass is what I would call it. I think a little bit of jazz too. And he actually makes an actual gumbo while he's doing it. He feeds the homeless with this actual gumbo. He's going to be joining us. The contract's already been inked, so he will be with us throughout our convention on that Thursday and Friday. And he'll be actually cooking, and then what he's cooking will actually be served to us as an appetizer prior to the actual dinner of our awards banquet, which is also called the Governor's Ball. So it's important that you look up the Sauce Boss. I've looked him up on iTunes as well as on YouTube. There's videos as well as his music there. There's even a video, or actually some music about Florida, which was really cool. Mentions a lot of areas in Florida because obviously he's from Jacksonville. That's his home there and has been there for, I believe he is actually a cracker. So he's born and raised in Jacksonville. So it's very primitive to our actual surroundings here in Florida, not to mention the fact that he also is feeding the homeless, which is one of District Governor Mike Chapman's initiatives, is the Homeless and Hungry, which many of the area clubs have actually submitted grants, which we're going to be doing in the 2016-2017 Rotary year. So I encourage you to take a look at the Sauce Boss and be ready for quite a bit of fun at our district conference, followed by the Rotary International 100-year celebration and international conference. Now we have a video on that international conference as well. Kind of explains the 100th year anniversary of the Rotary Foundation. Can we roll that video, James?
Our vision for the Rotary Foundation began 100 years ago. At Rotary's 1917 convention, President Arch Klump proposed an endowment for doing good in the world. His dream expanded the reach of Rotary far beyond the club. A contribution of $26.50 launched our foundation's endowment. A century later, we've spent more than $3 billion on humanitarian efforts worldwide.
Every Rotary project anywhere in the world always started out with one person who had an idea. And then they were able to grow and develop that idea by using that powerful network of Rotary to really change the world.
We are active, we are effective, we are really alive.
Our foundation has always been dedicated to improving lives. The first grant provided aid to disabled children. Today, we are on the verge of ending polio.
Et lorsque je vois une mère me sourire après avoir donné le vaccin à son enfant, cela comble ma journée de joie. Parce que j'ai la conviction que cet enfant ne sera jamais handicapé.
Without Rotary, this polio campaign wouldn't be anywhere. And the incredible effort that's been made from the very beginning is really unprecedented.
In the wake of a world war, we made a global impact by funding scholarships for international study. Today, we train the next generation of global peacemakers.
The Rotary Peace Fellowship takes people who have the desire to learn and gives them that opportunity.
Good intentions alone are not sufficient. This is one of the most important things an international organization like Rotary should do.
We all see this as a passion. We've got to do something for change. Not only for young people today, but of tomorrow.
Rotary is dedicated to personal and professional connections, so we created Group Study Exchange to build international understanding. Today, our foundation supports vocational training teams around the globe.
You turn the dial until this color matches this color.
The VTT program allows people to bring specific skills to improve another country.
Rotarians wanted to broaden their impact, so our foundation began funding their projects. A decade later, we began supporting larger projects to address health, hunger, and other humanitarian needs. Today's large-scale grants are measurable and sustainable. They allow us to tackle humanity's greatest challenges. "100 years ago, Arch Klump had a vision. His vision has become our legacy.
The Rotary Foundation is a great tool to transform the world.
That's what Rotary is all about. Vision to see, faith to believe, and courage to act.
The Rotary Foundation. We are doing good in the world. Let's continue for the next 100 years.
And that's why we're going to be in Atlanta, June 2017, to celebrate the 100th year of the Rotary Foundation, as well as to bond together as Rotarians and celebrate the year. Now, it occurred to me this weekend when we were at Assembly that when I was a district governor-elect, much like Mike Chapman, I was out in San Diego, and I remember the fabulous assembly that they had for us. And it actually was very moving. And as a district governor-elect, when you come back, you're always trying to recreate that same atmosphere for everyone in your district. And it's difficult to do. So what I wanted to do is pick a few of the preliminary sessions or general sessions that were actually presented at the International Assembly with the district governor-elects and share them with you. The first one is President-elect John Germ and his actual address when he revealed the theme for this coming Rotary year. We'll go ahead and share that video with you now. It's really wonderful.
Well, did we have a good night? Yes. Are you ready for today? Yes. Well, I'm not. But today has come. The day when we start learning and working together. My friends, my fellow Rotarians, and my 2016-17 district governors, again, I welcome you to this International Assembly. A Greek philosopher once wrote that great enterprises begin with small opportunities. That sounds good, doesn't it? But you know what? I don't think it's true. Great enterprises don't begin with small opportunities. They begin with great opportunities. It's just that great opportunities sometimes have a way of looking small. Every one of us here has been given a great opportunity. And I'm not talking about the opportunity to serve as a district governor, or even the opportunity that I've been given to serve as RI president. I'm talking about that great opportunity that first set all of us on the path of being here today. That opportunity didn't come with a phone call saying, "Congratulations on your nomination." It came in the form of a Rotarian that said, "I'd like to invite you to a meeting of my Rotary Club." That might have seemed like a small opportunity at a time, but for whatever reasons for each of us, it also seemed like a good idea, an interesting chance to meet some good people and to do some good work and have some fun along the way. Looking back on that today, I think that every one of us recognizes the opportunity to serve through Rotary for what it truly is, not a small opportunity, but a great opportunity that led us all to the great enterprise that is called Rotary. And what I want all of us to take from that today, tomorrow, and in the year ahead is that the only difference between a small opportunity and a great one is what we do with it. All of us are here in San Diego this week because we've been given an opportunity to motivate, to inspire, and direct our clubs to better, more effective, and more ambitious service. What we do with that opportunity is up to each and every one of us. But the decisions we make won't end with us. The effects of our work, our decisions will ripple out all over the world to people we'll never meet, but whose lives we will change forever. Like the women who right now at this moment are walking down dirt paths with water jars on their heads on their way to get water from a polluted stream that's an hour away from their homes. Next year, they won't have to carry that water anymore because of the bore wells that Rotary will dig. The girls in India, go ahead. The girls in India who have to leave school at the age of 12 or 13 because their school has no toilet blocks. Next year, those girls won't have to leave because of the toilet blocks that Rotary will build. And the children in Pakistan and Afghanistan who live every day with the risk of being paralyzed by polio. Next year, they won't have to worry about that because we will have vaccinated all of those children, and soon their countries and the whole world will be polio-free. All of that can happen if you and your club presidents and your Rotarians recognizes the opportunity to join Rotary was an opportunity of a lifetime. A great opportunity to change the world for the better forever through Rotary's service to humanity. My friends, we're at a crossroads in Rotary. We are looking ahead at a year that may one day be known as the greatest year in Rotary's history. The year that sees the world's last case of polio. We are so close, so much closer than we've ever been before. All of South Asia and all of Africa are now polio-free. And only 2 countries now share that one remaining reservoir of the wild polio virus. And those 2 countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan, are giving everything they have with all of the help that we can give them to make this the year that polio finally falls. We started this more than 30 years ago. We've stuck with it all this time. And soon, after $1.4 billion and more than 2.5 million immunized children later, we are going to finish it. We are going to finish it. And when that moment comes, we need to be ready for to be sure that we are recognized for that success and leverage that success into more partnerships, greater growth, and even more ambitious service in the decades to come. We need to make sure that everyone knows the role that Rotary has played in making the world polio-free. That, to me, is tremendously important, because the more we are known for what we've achieved, the more we'll be able to attract the partners, the funding, and most important of all, the members to achieve even more. At Rotary headquarters, we're working hard to be sure that Rotary does get that credit, but it can't all happen in Evanston. We need you to get the word out through your clubs and in your communities about what Rotary is and what we do. Nobody should ever ask, what is Rotary? And we need to be sure that our clubs are ready for that moment, that polio is finally eradicated. So when people who want to do good see that Rotary is an organization where they can change the world, every Rotary Club is ready to give them that opportunity. We need clubs that can not only attract new members, but engage them in Rotary service. Clubs that are welcoming and active, that truly follow the four-way test. We can't forget that the reason Paul Harris founded Rotary 111 years ago is still very much the reason people come to Rotary today. To find people who share their values, people who believe in honesty, diversity, tolerance, friendship, and peace, and who believe that serving humanity is the best that they can do with their time on this earth. Whether we're reading to school children or building a blood bank or holding a dental clinic, even as we change and adapt and move forward, the essence of who we are and what makes a Rotarian doesn't change. We're still based on a classification principle because our diversity is our strength. We still hang the four-way test on our wall because high ethical standards don't ever go out of style. And we still believe, as Paul Harris believed, that serving humanity is the best worthwhile thing any of us can do with our lives. That's why our theme in 2016-17 will be simply Rotary Serving Humanity. My friends, we're doing so much incredible work already. Judy and I have seen so much of it this year and all over the world. But we could be doing much more. We need more willing hands, more caring hearts, and more bright minds to move our work forward. We need clubs that are flexible, so Rotary service will be attractive to younger members and recent retirees and working people. We need to seek out new partnerships, opening ourselves more to collaborative relationships with other organizations to achieve even more. And we need to prioritize continuity in our leadership, because if there's one thing that we've learned from polio, it's that if we want to go as far as we can, we all have to be moving in the same direction. We have to be serving humanity. We're all in this together. We're all on the same team. If one of us scores, we all score. And if we take just as much pride in an assist as we do in a goal. Because in Rotary, we lead just like we serve, together. So next year, we're not going to call ourselves first or best or any other kind of a class. We're just going to be a team, Team Rotary, all 1.2 million of us. All 1.2 million of us working together, serving together, striving together for our shared goal of a better world. And that's the way it should be. But all of you here this week, you're different, you're special, you're the best players we've got. You're not just regular players, you're the Rotary All-Stars. And we need you, the best of the best, to lead our Rotarians in transforming the lives of people who need our help the most. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for us to dig the wells, to build the schools, to put an end to polio. And every day that you serve Rotary, you have that opportunity to change lives. Those opportunities may look small. You might think sometimes it really doesn't matter. But you're not small, and everything you do matters, especially to the people you help and the people you love in this generation and the next and the next. Because every good work you do in your life makes the world better for them all. One good work at a time, one day at a time, that's all it takes. That's what we're here for in Rotary. That's what we do. And next year, it's going to be your and my responsibility to make sure that we do it well, to make sure that Rotary serves humanity as much as it can, as well as it can, and that Rotary changes as many lives as it can for the better, so that the mothers who are still carrying water on their heads, and the girls who have to leave school, and every one of the world's children who are still at risk for polio, see their world change for the better next year because of Rotary serving humanity. Because each one of you saw a great opportunity, and you took it. Thank you. God bless you.
Isn't John Germ a great leader? He just is a phenomenal speaker, and what a very personable gentleman. I've met him at the Zone Conference recently. Now, all of you have been invited to be part of the All-Star team for 2016-17 Rotary year. If you were at Assembly this past weekend, you saw that many of us on the district leadership team have our red All-Star high-top tennis shoes instead of our normal shoes that we're wearing. We've invited all of you to go ahead and purchase a pair and join the All-Star team of Rotary International. You, as club leaders, are also part of the team that works to make our communities better, both here locally as well as all over the globe. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back after this. We've got a great speaker on membership.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
I'm Isabelle Fontana. You may know me from the world of fashion, but I'm also a Hollywood ambassador for Rotary International. I have decided to participate in this campaign because I am a mother and I'm very conscious about our future.
नाम क्या है? What is your name? Isabelle. अपना नाम बताओ. She's training with this on.
So I vaccinated a lot of children, and that for me was I felt it was the most important experience of my life, actually. We're this close to making history. This close to changing the world.
One of the most inspiring videos I happened to view from the International Assembly in January was one by Mitty Chang. He speaks about the future of membership in Rotary. He clearly is a young professional who has been bitten by the passion of Rotary, and I thought it would be a great video to share with you. So let's take a look at what Mitty has to say about membership.
Good morning. I want to start today by sharing a story about myself that I've never shared with any audience. When I was 2 years old, my parents moved our family from Taiwan to California. They wanted my siblings and I to have more opportunities. Growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area, I was always skinny, short, and never one of the popular kids. But I was the son of two of the hardest working people I know. Throughout my childhood, my family always straddled the line between poverty and the middle class. I was never without a meal or a roof, but I never owned a video game console or I took family vacations. Instead of turning on the heater during winter nights, our parents bundled my 2 siblings and myself in extra layers, until sometimes we would look like walking marshmallows. My siblings and I spent our days after school with our parents at warehouses where they worked, unpacking and packing boxes of imported and exported goods. When I was 6 years old, it was hard for me to understand why my parents couldn't buy us the latest video game console and leave us unattended at home. When the internet started becoming popularized for consumers, my parents had the vision to see that the internet was the future. In 1997, they used their savings and bought my 2 siblings and myself a computer to share and signed us up for home internet. They encouraged us to explore websites, telling us it was the future. At 9 years old, I was just happy to have something to do when we were not spending our days at the warehouse. And so I began exploring the internet. I built my first website a year later after entering the 4th grade. It was that year that I learned one of the most valuable lessons in my life, that I could build my dreams, that anything is possible, that even a son of immigrants, where some days we would struggle to put food on the table, even I could learn to create the future and think differently about the world. I had discovered something that has been closely associated with my generation, the spirit of innovation. 3 years later, when I was 13, I took that spirit of innovation and started my first business. It was called WebPeer, a website design and web hosting company. I will never forget how I felt after receiving my first check for a website project my business had completed, $200 US. Naturally, I reacted how any ambitious 13-year-old would act for one who has never seen more than a $20 bill. I went to my parents and I told them, I had a serious conversation to talk to them about. Mom, Dad, I just made $200. I'm a grown man now, I'm moving out. My dream of being 13 and living in my own bachelor pad was abruptly ended once my parents shared with me the lesson of the cost of living in Silicon Valley. But what I remember even more clearly than anything else is that spirit of entrepreneurship that I learned that day. There are very few memories that I have burned into my mind with such passion as that feeling I had 14 years ago, holding my first check. That spirit of entrepreneurship. While the innovation and entrepreneurship that I learned at a young age helped build the foundation of who I am today, it has been being part of the Rotary family that has enabled me to become the business owner and the Rotarian I am now. I embarked on my Rotary journey as an interactor in the world's largest Interact district. In the 2 years I spent as an interactor, I discovered service for the first time through projects such as spending my weekends to help serve food to those in need, to building homes for families living out of their cars. Interact enabled me to become a leader by empowering me with the leadership positions and by connecting us with others who wanted to make change happen, to innovate. Interact reinforced my belief that anything is possible when you work together. It's because of Interact that I started my first Rotaract Club during my undergraduate years at the University of California, Davis. The first year of our club was rough. We started the year with 5 club officers and 20 members, and we ended our first year with less than 10 members. Our Rotaract Club was just not offering enough regular events for members and guests to attend, and our meetings just weren't fun. There was no sense of family and friendship between our members. I knew that was something that had to change. That was when I took on a second year as club president and decided to innovate. Innovation means to approach a status quo with new, creative solutions. And that is exactly what we did. We used a process called design thinking and identified our members' needs and figured out how we could make the club work to meet the needs of the members. We learned to create value to their membership. By the end of our second year, our club had increased its membership from 20 members to over 100 members. Our Rotaract Club became one of the most active service clubs on campus. And over 7 years later, I'm happy to say that club is still going strong. The lesson I learned from my Rotaract experience comes back to innovation. When what we were doing did not work in attracting members, we adapted. We innovated. We knew that we would not get different results without changing. And that is why Rotary needs to innovate. Over half of the world's population is under the age of 35. Millennials now occupy the largest percentage of the working force, yet so few are part of the Rotary family. The truth today is that in order to stay relevant, to be effective, and to ensure that Rotary continues existing past the 21st century, we need to make sure that our Rotary clubs start changing, that they start innovating. It is time once again that Rotary clubs adopt that spirit of innovation it once had. And it's time that Rotary clubs tackle the greatest problem we face, becoming obsolete. Years ago, Bill Gates said, if your business is not on the internet, then your business is going out of business. Today, we're already starting to see that happen to Rotary. Millennials use the internet to search for anything from the next restaurant they will eat at to the next vacation they will travel to. They also use the internet to research businesses. Think about the last time you used the internet to search for a restaurant or a business. If over half of the world's population is turning to the internet to look up and engage with businesses, where does that leave Rotary? Where does that leave Rotary if our Rotary clubs do not have a strong online presence? If so many Rotary clubs barely have updated websites, and only some of our clubs are active on social media, the answer is simple. We're already starting to see signs of Rotary becoming obsolete. Think about this. How many millennials do you know that can tell you what Rotary is and what we do? How many of them have even heard of Rotary? These questions matter because, one, technology will continue to advance and innovate every day with or without Rotary. Two, over 360,000 babies are born each year around the world. It's over 250,000. That means the percentage of the world's population that knows what Rotary is grows smaller every day. If over the next decade, our Rotary clubs do not drastically change how they approach and value their online presence, Rotary is going to see a massive membership decline. But it's not too late yet for us to band together and turn the tides to our favor. It's not too late yet for Rotary clubs around the world to focus on making a strong online presence a priority for the years to come. It's not too late yet for us to innovate. What we need are public-facing, visually attractive websites. We need attractive websites that are designed for members of the public, ones that make people want to go to your next club event or meeting. We need our Rotary clubs to have websites that look like this. We need our Rotary clubs to understand that you only have 3 seconds to keep your average website visitor's attention before they leave your website. We need our Rotary Club websites to clearly explain what their Rotary Club does. Beyond the look of the website, each club needs to ensure that the content matches its culture and its club experience. Rotary needs to be genuine as it innovates. We need to showcase our members, show that our club is made of local leaders. We need to add testimonials, thoughts from your members. We need our Rotary Club websites to explain the value of membership. Why should someone join? We need our Rotary Club websites to explain the cost of membership. We live in a world where you can compare the prices for everything and anything. We can no longer afford to not prioritize having a strong online presence. And as governors-elect, you each have the influence to persuade your clubs to prioritize having that strong online presence. But just telling them to prioritize it doesn't give them the tools they need, nor is it innovative. What would make your life easier to tackle this problem? What if I gave you the website template you just saw to share to your president-elects. How many of you would want it? But that template alone is not enough. Even if I were to give you that website template to pass along to your clubs, each of your clubs would still need a web developer, an IT guy to build it out, or even at least update it, right? We can do better. The website design you just saw is a template for a forever free landing page website for Rotary clubs. I founded my agency, Kendeavor, with my business partner, Jermaine. We met as Rotaractors at International RILA, and together, as Rotarians, through our agency today, we are donating one landing page website to every Rotary club in the world for free, forever. There will never be charges for using this free service. The landing page website will be hosted for free on our servers, and that's not even the best part. The best part is that all the landing pages are connected to a universal template that our agency will update annually. This means that your landing page will never look outdated because we're going to update the code so that whenever a new device or technology comes out, it's going to look good. We call this the Fountain of Youth feature. This free service, which we have codenamed Project Doing Good, is available for invite-only beta testing starting February 1st, 2016. And we'll be rolling it out for every Rotary club in the world starting July 1, 2016 to make you guys look good. It's going to start off with English support only and multilingual support to come later this year. All you have to do is go to doinggood.io/IA2016, enter in your email address, your district number, and we'll send you the instructions on how to participate. On top of that, we're giving every governor-elect in this room who pulls out their smartphone device right now, goes to our project website, doinggood.io/IA2016, 3 invitations for an invite-only beta period that starts February 1st, 2016, so that you have time to evaluate whether or not this is the right service that you want to introduce for your district. And to make sure that this is as simple as possible, every governor-elect that signs up will also receive a one-page pre-written letter that explains the service, which you can edit and forward to your president-elects. How does that sound? I've also been asked to emphasize to all of you that this is, bluntly, not a Rotary International service. This is a service that my business partner and I are donating to all of you today as 2 young Rotarians hoping to do some good. In the last 11 years, I've been part of the Rotary family. Rotary has invested so much to me. Rotary gave me my first club leadership opportunity. Rotary gave me my first public speaking opportunity. Rotary gave me my first community service opportunity. Rotary gave me my first international experience. Rotary gave me my closest friends, my business partner, and my mentors. Rotary gave me the power to believe that the son of immigrants in a struggling family can stand before all of you distinguished leaders today and challenge you all to join me in creating innovation. This project is my gift to the world. Thank you.
What a remarkable story. Mitty's story, I'm sure, drove all of us to the deep passion that we have for Rotary. But we can't forget about the staggering remarks that he made in regards to internet and social media. The reality is that the baby boomers, as they begin to age, that are the sustaining part of our organization today, at some point will become either financially or physically not able to act in Rotary. It will be the millenniums and those that follow them that will sustain our organization. We must adapt. We must make sure that our clubs have a social media and internet presence so that we are able to reach these outstanding young professionals and bring them into Rotary so they too can be bitten by the passion of Rotary. But you're going to have to act. Now, Mitty made an actual unbelievable offer to every Rotary club in the nation, in the world. That is 34,000 Rotary clubs across the world being able to provide them with that presence on the internet. I encourage you to take him up on his offer. If you need additional assistance, feel free to contact myself or Tacoa Beam here in the district, and we'll be glad to help you make connections to take him up on his offer. He did this because of what Rotary had done for him and his family and the opportunities that it provided them. It's important that you take him up on the offer. Why? Because he's a young professional that understands the value of Rotary, and he's willing to help you and your club be able to actually make a difference and bring those millenniums into our fold without deserting or leaving behind the baby boomers like myself. But it's important that you make a plan. Now, a suggestion was made to me was, there are many people in my club that don't know how to use social media, aren't really comfortable on the internet, and are afraid to use their tablet or laptop. Okay, so make a club meeting just about that. Bring in some of your Interact or your Rotaract folks, have them sit with Rotarian, one-on-one with Rotarians so that they can set up a social media page, a Facebook page or LinkedIn page, either one of them or both. And actually help them to update your website. These are the young professionals that are soon going to be entering the workforce, and they have the skills available. It's like breathing to them. Or better yet, make a social out of it. Have a social where everybody comes in, brings their tablet or their laptop, and you're there for a couple hours to help everybody get their Facebook page up, link it to the district, link it to the club, link it to the zone, and ultimately to Rotary International, so that Rotary information is being shared with everyone on their news feed. Why not? It's easy to do. You and I have set one up, but some of these folks are afraid. But don't let them ever tell you that age is a problem. My 90-year-old father and my 87-year-old mother both have a Facebook page and actively use it on a daily basis. It's how my family actually communicates with one another. My father will actually turn 90 on June 14th, and we're actually planning his birthday party. All of that conversation has been done on Messenger off of Facebook, so that everybody's included and everybody in my family is able to find out what's going on. It's a great way to communicate. Your club can do the same thing. But it is important that you listen and heed these words that Mitty shared with us. It's important that we have that online presence as an organization. And again, if you need help, Tacoa Bean and her team, as well as myself and the Zone team, are ready and willing to help you at any level that you need. Next week, we're going to have the honor of hosting the Rotary Club from Indian Rocks Beach. 3 of their members will be here to talk about this fabulous beach club that actually meets right there on the beach, but about 100 yards actually from the water. It's a great opportunity to see how this casual club makes a difference in their community, and they sure have done that. It's a long-standing organization that has partnered with both community-based as well as their actual city to make a better place for folks to live there on the beach, on Indian Rocks Beach. So I encourage you to log in next week and watch it, or watch it on Facebook or LinkedIn after we've actually posted it. If your club is interested in actually being highlighted on My Rotary Show, it's a very easy thing to do. Just shoot me an email at myrotaryshow@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to tell you what dates are available and give you the actual setup instructions so that we're able to put your club on the internet. I thank you for tuning in. I hope this was useful and inspiring information for you, and I look forward to seeing you next week on My Rotary Show, doing good and having fun.